What up? This is Robert Ory.
Or three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
I'm over here trying to dig up the Connor Stallions texts from Michigan to read to Rob. We talked about that on Tuesday, and immediately everybody's like, "How come you didn't read these?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta find them real quick." I saw them on Twitter. So I'm digging through trying to find them. By the way, this is a Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog, Brandon Harper. I am Rob Jenners. That, of course, 7-time NBA champion Robert Ory. Trying to go through and find the Connor Stallions text because they got a little. I don't know. How would you try to explain this, B-Dog?
Freaky?
Yeah, freaky's a good word to use. Yeah. It was just, but yeah, Michigan's going to get walloped here.
Freaky, bold.
Bold is a good one. Where are they? Oh, now I can't find them.
These are the texts that you make when you feel as though nobody else would know about them. Like nobody else will find out, or you think it wouldn't get sent to somebody that would put this out. Like, so a text that a nobody would probably make, because if somebody did put it out, nobody would really care.
It was, and I can't find them now. So now I'm wondering, is this all bullshit?
Who was he sending these texts
So this was
to?
between Connor Stallions, who was the Michigan staffer who went, I'm going to say undercover for the lack of a better term, but dressed up like a sideline reporter. Was down on the sideline stealing signs from Michigan competitors and relaying them to assistant coach, now head coach, of the Michigan Wolverine, Sharon Moore. And the texts were very much like, I have the reports you need, I'm going to send them to you in the morning, and then I think Moore was like, I'm touching myself to these. Like, it got really uncomfortable and kind of like out of bounds. But... yeah, it's some pretty messed up shit.
He's the new head coach of Michigan.
He is the new head coach.
I got a small part of this.
Okay,
Can he be stepping down right now, like the guy at Alabama? That time they hired him, he was on the coach for like a week.
And well, this is the thing too. Everybody's posting the memes from like the third Dark Knight movie, Dark Knight Rises. When Bane left the guy behind on the plane that was crashing, and he goes, "They have to find one of us in the wreckage." That's what they're doing to Sharon Moore right now. They're like, Harbaugh left to go to the Chargers. He's like, bro, you got to stay behind because someone's going to have to take the fall for me, and it's going to be you.
Bro, this is, I don't know.
No, I want you to read it. More so, I want you to read it with sexy music.
I'm not
no. I'm going to find some sexy music, damn you. And we're going to read these texts. All right, go.
I only have just this portion. So apparently someone sent Connor, what's his name? Connor Stallions?
Connor Stallions.
The MSU scouting report. He says, I'll look at it later. I'm low-key in bed stroking my shit. LMAO. And then the reply is, you thinking about me or Jim? ? LOL. I don't know why. This is Jim Harbaugh, I would assume.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Then he says, you. And then he says, you want to Mel Tucker again? LOL. My shit throbbing. And then the response is, call me.
Oh, yeah. God, that was hot. I'm Deadpool now. I am soaking wet.
Hey,
woo.
I end all that to say, pause.
But
It's
yeah,
funny how it's like you guys say pause. The guys from New Orleans say off the record. It's
off the record.
Yeah, off the record, man.
That's great. I'm so happy we did that. Okay, good.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm so happy we read those. I feel a lot better. All
right.
right.
Brian McKnight. Well, you threw a little Brian McKnight in there, instrumental.
Dude, why not? Why not? I really wanted him to read them like Barry White. I really did. I needed that.
I don't have the voice. For
oh, nobody's got that voice. Come on, man. Question from Aiden. This goes somewhere, I promise. Rob, do you like dressing up? And not that way. I know a lot of guys who live in sweats and basketball shorts, but the minute they get to dress up like Snoop Dogg did at the equestrian event, they lean into it. For context, Snoop Dogg showed up for last weekend's equestrian event in the Grand Prix special, which was the full equestrian tuxedo. So he had the hat and the stirrups and the whole to-do with the... So I guess my question is, do you own a tuxedo? Like, how often do you really get to, like, go to the nines?
Well, you know, and Houston always does a lot of charity events. So I've had like 5 tuxes. I got a black one with like a little pattern in it. I got a blue one, a gray one, and then another.
I can't believe you own more than one tuxedo.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny thing is, like, you know, you get the tux made. I had a gray one made that I really like, and then I have the blue one, then I have the black one, and then I had a red one to make it with black pants. So it's just you just do it because Houston does a lot of ballroom like functions, and so you want to go to the same function with the same tux on, so you got to rotate them, mix and match. Or sometimes you just throw a good old dark blue or dark black suit on and you roll up in there.
Okay.
So yeah, I own a bunch of tuxes. Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised. I'm just surprised you own that many.
I
figured maybe you'd own one, maybe 2. I know. I don't think
you get invited to a lot of charity events where they dress up. Nowadays, it's not as much. They don't really dress up as much. It's more like just going like, you know, casual attire. So yeah.
Okay. I own one really nice suit jacket, and I mix it up with a number of different button-up shirts and ties and different pants. But I don't own like a true suit. Like this pants and this
Seriously?
jacket go together, and they came in a set. No, I have one really nice black sport coat. And I mix it up with different shirts and ties and different pants and stuff just to keep it fresh.
I think I
have no I don't want a formal suit.
I think I have 4 suits.
Damn, I ain't gonna tell you how many suits I got.
Black.
I can't even imagine.
Black, gray.
But hold on, that's different though because, well, I don't know. Do you still have like your NBA suits?
No, I can't fit in those.
I was gonna say okay because like y'all used to have to travel in suits. I do remember that.
We used to have to come to games in suits. We had to dress.
I remember
up.
that all the time. Yeah.
But since I'm on TV, I have 50 suits.
Okay,
So,
well that makes sense though. You wear a suit every night on TV.
I wear like a different suit. Yeah.
Was the suit, was that a David Stern thing, or was that a team?
Yeah, that was David Stern.
That was David Stern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Adam, I guess, is just more.
Adam changed it up when it. Yeah, Adam. You know, Adam he does everything that players want. You know, David was like, "No, this is a business. We can represent like a business." You remember, like Tim Duncan used to get fined all the time, so because he wouldn't wear a suit, and so they used to have a jacket that they carried around just in case if Tim got hurt. Here, throw this jacket on. You ever see Tim? He had like the ugliest shirt on with a fucking black jacket on, looking like a bum. So he don't own any.
That was for when Tim doesn't bring a jacket. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very good.
That was just Tim's jacket. Anytime he didn't play, he had to put a jacket because you couldn't sit on the bench unless you had a jacket on, had a suit on.
Right.
So
I knew AI used to hate that junk too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of guys fought that.
I'm like, just sit your ass in the back. That's all you got to do.
Stay off the camera. All right, I want to talk about a guy in the Olympics we haven't talked about yet. One of the other Olympic stories from this week. France's Anthony, I'm going to say Amirati, I believe. He's a pole vaulter for France.
We really want to talk about this?
He was going for Olympic gold. He didn't get there.
I don't want to.
Hey,
he knocked off.
The only reason I know this story is because of my wife.
He said confidently. The only reason he didn't get there, he knocked the crossbar off with his ding dong. His little man caught the crossbar on the pole vault and sent his Olympic dreams crashing to the ground. However, he does have an offer now. He has an offer now from adult entertainment site Cam Soda, offering him $250,000 for a picture of his famous pole vaulting junk, if you will. So,
but when I watched this, I was like, his fucking knees hit the bar first.
Yeah, but we don't care about that's not the story. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, goddammit, okay? No. His pecker hit the bar. That's what did it, because that's the story. He finished 12th. So he really didn't have any Olympic hopes.
Hey,
Mike,
he finished first in the hearts of a lot of women.
No, I was going to say, but did he really lose? Rob, what's your most embarrassing fail on the court? You have like a trip and fall or a face plant or any of that shit where you were like, this is going to haunt me? Because by the way, this guy for the rest of his life is the guy who knocked off the pole vault bar with his dick. That's this is it for you forever. This follows you forever.
I think, as far as when you come and talk about embarrassment moment, I think the only thing you can think about is getting dumped on by Sean Kemp or something like that, because they were just talking about how good
that's like a
Sean
badge of
Kemp
honor,
was.
though.
But no, it's not no embarrassing moment really, that I can think of.
All right, yeah. I didn't know if you did or not, but I had to bring the story up because holy crap, it's hysterical.
Yeah, everybody always brings up that picture of me where I'm walking back to the sideline with my pants or my shorts around my ankles.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Everybody's like,
I've seen that before a bunch of times.
They got that in so many memes, like when you can't wait. Stupid shit like that.
Real quick news, and we probably should have said this on Tuesday.
What's up?
Probably already had an idea of this, but Barkley is officially not retiring.
Oh, is he's turning the page on that?
He's going to complete his 10-year, $210 million deal with Turner.
Well, I think that wasn't that what he said, though? He said next season is going to be my last season on TV.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sort of in line, I think, still with what he was doing, right? Like I think he was going to finish out his deal, and now that Turner obviously is losing the
But
NBA,
he must have more years if that's the case, because if
he has to do NCAA. Don't forget about that.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. You're right. He does have other obligations besides the NBA. So yeah, maybe he's going to finish out the smaller side of that contract.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't think about the fact, B, that his contract probably goes beyond them losing these rights.
Yeah,
But here's the point: are you really going to say give the man back $200 million? And when Barkley said that, I called bullshit right away. Bullshit. I'm like, you ain't giving $200 million back, dude.
Is that how much he was leaving on the table if he were to walk away?
He has $210 million left on his contract, I think, something like that.
Well, his contract was 10 years, 210.
Well, yeah. Well,
and how many years into that is he?
Well, that's like what, $20 million a year? He ain't giving that back.
Yeah.
No, not to do what they do. All right, interesting. Okay, well, we got a little Barkley news there. Portland, we do have Portland expected to trade Deandre Ayton. We talked about this weeks ago, but it's back in the news now. They're expected to just part ways with him. This is from Brett Siegel. Quote, at some point, the Blazers and Ayton are expected to part ways, yet the former first overall pick doesn't command a market at this time.
Told you. I remember we talked about that long ago. How much longer would Ayton be a Blazer?
It doesn't look like a whole lot longer. If they, but that's the thing though, and that's the note here is that if there is no market for him, like if nobody's calling, what kind of, you don't have any leverage to move him. I mean, you can move him if you get an offer, but it ain't gonna be great.
Yeah, and I think also with them, they hurt themselves by saying, "Oh, we want to move him." Like, "Oh, y'all want to get rid of him? Oh, get some peanuts."
Yeah, exactly right. you can get a whole lot of shit for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think would be a good landing spot for him? What did we talk about him?
New York.
Talked about the Lakers.
Was it what we talked about?
I had brought up New York.
You brought the Knicks.
I just don't. And Orlando. I think it'd be Orlando.
Maybe it was Orlando.
Nice
we talked about a couple
team.
places we thought he'd be a good fit.
Mm-hmm. And think about Houston. Think about he went to that Houston team. You can move what's his name from the 5 to the 4, and still like a young sort of team that he could kind of blend in with, even though he won't get no shots there either. But the problem with Ayton is he thinks he's a better offensive player than what he is, and so he thinks he's he should be averaging 20 and 15 a game when you only like maybe a 15 and maybe 8 guy, and he just got to come to terms with who he really is.
Okay, interesting. We'll see if he moves on. Question from Carlos. What do you guys think of the Ice Cube challenging the Olympic 3x3 gold medal team to face the Big Three's best team in a $150,000 winner-take-all game in Boston later this month? I don't know if you heard. Did you hear the story?
I did hear a little bit about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have to
let
say.
me just say this: racing out 3-on-3 team. I'm like, who the fuck are these dudes, man?
Well, now he said whoever wins the gold. And right now, I think it's like Lithuania or some shit.
Yeah, but for the U.S., you got no disrespect to those guys, but you got better street ballers.
Oh, they don't. Yeah, no, they don't want to do. Yeah. I think Windhorst said that this week.
You got the big three guys that's better than them.
Yeah, Windhorst said something this week about that they don't The Olympic committees took like special steps to make sure NBA players didn't go on the 3-on-3 teams.
Yeah.
Think about Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley is still a beast. He would have been great on that team.
Yeah.
You know?
Right now, by the way, to face if it was Lithuania who were to win this thing, the Big Three's top team right now is Gerald Green, Corey Brewer, and Garland Green. Second best team in the Big Three: Michael Beasley, Mario Chalmers, and Reggie Evans. And I
Reggie
feel like
Evans, whoo, that was a man right there.
I have
That
to
boy
say.
getting rebounds and beating people up.
I feel like either of those teams could probably whoop up on Lithuania because they sort of set it up so that like Team USA can win the group basketball thing, and we're going to structure this so other countries have a better shot.
Yep.
So I think that's what Ice Cube is basically saying. Hey, my guys are well and away better than anybody that's going to win the gold medal in this 3-on-3 shit. But I also think Ice Cube has mastered the art of taking bets that people are never going to cash in on. When he did that Caitlin Clark shit, it was like, yeah, no, she's not going to the Big Three, dude. You know, you could put that out there. It's good PR for him, but there's some of those guys were beasts, though, man. I would like to see like Michael Beasley, Mario Chalmers, and Reggie Evans. I'd like to see that.
Michael Beasley, man, that dude, whew, man, you be watching him play, you'd be like, damn, why is that dude not in the league?
Damn, they have flashes still. We already talked about the hammer coming down on Michigan, literally and figuratively. Do you think they get their title stripped from last year or no? You think they go that far?
I don't think they'll go that far. I just think it, because think about it,
Because I mean, you look. Here's the thing, though. You strip titles and records and Heisman trophies away from people
but
for a lot less than this.
Title though, have you ever stripped a title from anyone?
Didn't Penn State get a title stripped for something like this? No, I don't know if it was the Joe Pa stuff, but I think it was something else.
Yeah, I think.
They didn't take away USC's
because here's the
title,
thing:
did they?
During the season, they got punished for what they did. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I mean, their punishment for what they did was, I think Harbaugh got 3 games.
But see, that's where they're gonna, justify. Well, he got punished during the season. They still were able to overcome that and still win a national title. So I don't think they'll get the title stripped.
Okay.
They ain't stripped Tom Brady of his title, did they?
For what? For Deflategate or all the other damn spy gates or all the gates that he was involved in at one point or another? No, they didn't take any of those gates. None of those took a ring away from Tom Brady. But they, I mean, God, we talked about it a few weeks ago. They finally gave Reggie his freaking Heisman back.
Yep.
Reggie Bush had his Heisman taken away for allegations that are, I think, really realistically in the scope of the game, far less than this. I mean, you're alleging that they were stealing plays and signs and using that to get an advantage in every game they played. I don't know, man. I don't think that they'll do it. I'm with you. I don't think they'll take their title, but I think a case could be made for it.
This is what I was. All right, you stealing the signs during the game. You're not playing this team again. It's not like in basketball where you play them twice in the season. So
and honestly, who does Michigan play besides Ohio State? That you really have to go all out and try and steal a bunch of signs and all this other shit. You're like in Central Michigan, Notre Dame. Yeah. Okay. In an up year, sure. Penn State. Come on, calm down. Go out and win a freaking ball game. All right. Now the last question came from Cody. It's a carryover from last week's shoot around. Now that Rob has seen the GD movie, can we talk about Deadpool and Wolverine? So, Harp, did you see Deadpool?
I have not yet. John, go ahead and talk about it.
All right, I don't want to f it up for you if you haven't.
My favorite part was him dancing like insane.
Dude, the intro of the movie's gone like super viral because he does the whole opening scene where he beats the shit out of the TVA to NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. And
wow.
Dude, like they hired dancers to dress like Deadpool, so he got the whole choreography down and the whole nine. And it's
so was that actually him doing the dancing, or was that someone else?
It was a dancer. It was a hired dancer. Yeah.
Okay.
They hired a dude to learn all of the NSYNC choreography, and they filmed him against the green screen just doing the dance, and then all the action stuff was the stunt actors, and then Ryan was in there, of course. But what did you think? What was your takeaway? For me, the minute I saw this and I saw a live action Gambit, I went, "Oh, Rob's gonna lose his shit." I'm like, Rob's a Gambit guy. He's gonna lose his shit when he sees a Gambit.
Was it me or did Tatum look fat in that suit?
Oh man. So Channing Tatum was supposed to play Gambit like forever. That was like the story forever and ever and ever. Never got made. The movie never gets made. So the fact that he shows up in The Void was brilliant. Brilliant by Ryan Reynolds to get that to happen. He looked a little chubby.
So what was with, I know, the
and I think it's just because, by the way, it's not that he's chubby, but he's built. And Gambit is traditionally like usually really skinny and kind of gaunt, so I don't know. But the Cavalrine, that's what you texted me.
Yeah, Cavalrine.
The Cavalrine.
The fact that, when it first came on, I was like, it is funny about how we had just talked about how mad I was that they took Johnny Blaze and made him Captain America, and he was in
Johnny
the
Storm
movie.
Yeah. And then they put Chris Evans in the movie, and I'm like, he's good. The whole time I'm like, wow, how did they get a Cap variant in The Void? This doesn't make any sense. And then he's gonna say an Avengers Assemble, and he goes flame on, and he takes off, and I was like, they did it to Rob. Like I was everything I had in me not to tell you last week when you were going on about how you can't make Chris Evans this guy, then make him that guy, and then they brought him back.
I can't remember the young man's name, but I saw him after I walked out of watching Deadpool. He's a big fan of the Big Shot Bob podcast, and he was like, I came to the movies because you said you had to come see it. So I can't remember his name.
And he ended up running into you at the movies. How about that?
I ran into the movies. So thank you for listening.
Yeah, we love you, man.
Little fella I met outside of the theater, so thank you.
Is he really a little fella, or you trying to son somebody? I don't want you trying to son a grown man, little fella.
No,
right? Okay.
No, he was short.
Oh,
he was short.
He was short. Okay. Was he comic accurate Wolverine short from that scene?
Yeah.
Like the first Wolverine variant, comic accurate short king. He's like 5'1". He called him Harry Lou Retton. As good as it gets.
You have to go see Deadpool, though.
Dude, it's so good.
So going back, I got a little bit more information. Going back to the Barkley.
Yeah.
His contract runs through 2032.
Holy shit. So he just got a new deal. He must have just signed a deal.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. There's no way in the world that this was his last year.
He's 2 years into a 10-year deal, and he was going to hang it up?
Yeah.
Yep.
He would have left like $160 million on the table.
That's what I'm saying. That's 160. He ain't losing that. Where else you gonna get that for sitting on your ass talking?
He gonna be here for a while. So
I had and you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. My thought was if the NBA leaves TNT, that's it. That they're gonna void their contracts and that'll be that. But if their deals are inked up and they're they're gonna. That's another reason for them to fight. Because there's no reason for you. Yeah, you got to pay Shaq and Charles and anybody else that decides to stick around.
Right.
All this damn money for coverage that you don't have now. There, by the way, and I don't know what the NBA's rules on this are. So let me ask you, Rob, because maybe you know. Can they do an NBA show without having the NBA?
Yeah, you can do a show, but it's up to Turner if they're gonna let them outsource their talents. So.
Well, I know, but I'm saying could you still do inside the NBA? Even though you don't have the NBA, you could put it on. I mean, God, we did, what was it? NBA's Inside Stuff. Ahmad Rashad hosted that for years.
But the NBA has to give you the rights to use their stuff, and that's the problem.
And they're not going to have the rights. So could you rename the show and do highlight packages like an ESPN type of a thing, or no?
You could, but it's going to have to be a deal that comes between Turner and the NBA.
Because I'd imagine that the NBA be okay with that show continuing in some form, because it's good for the league's brand.
It's great for the league. It's more
so
coverage. Well
consumed and enjoyed across so many different demographics and platforms, and universally a loved show. That's good for the league. You need that. You want that. Basically,
they're going to have to go to Ballmer and be like, yo, Steve, can we still do our show? Because if you really think about it, Ballmer's the one
he could pay.
That's really because of Amazon, he owns all of that. It's like, these are my people. I don't know if I want to share with you.
Well, Ballmer's Microsoft.
Yeah.
I thought he's not Amazon?
No. You're talking about Bezos.
You're talking about Bezos.
Oh, Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. But yes, you're right, though. They could go to Jeff Bezos and go, hey, can you let us keep doing our show? We'll air it on TNT, but we'll also air it across all the Amazon platforms.
Yeah.
How do you think? How do you feel about it? And by the way, foot the bill for Charles because he's going to be here for 9 more years.
Yeah, there's no way in the
He
world.
ain't going nowhere.
Because I don't know what Big Fella's contract, the rest of his contract looks like.
It's probably something similar.
Something similar. They probably had them lined up all with one another.
Yeah, under the assumption they were going to continue to have the NBA. Right. That's sort of.
Jeez.
But hey, who knows? They might have it in their contract where if for some reason we lose the rights,
Yeah, then
your
they have an
contract
out.
gets void.
Yeah, they may have an out. Yeah, but Chuck's, like you said, Charles got to do NCAA coverage.
Yeah, and there's no way
So
you
he's
can.
probably got layers to his.
Yeah, but there's no way that you. First, you're already only 2 years into a 10-year deal. So it's not like you fulfill most of that contract. There's no way in the world you have 8 more years on that deal just to do NCAA? Right. Nah, not at $21 million a year. There's got to be something else. There's no way in the world.
They're gonna figure something.
Yeah, they
will figure something.